We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred. Oh, yes, bitches.
Hello, motherfuckers. It is the Nothing Sacred show for July
5th,
July
motherfucker.
5th, 2021. This is our June recap show, our first show of the month.
Yep.
And we're ready to rock and roll. I am Cruise Control.
And I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And you know what, man?
What?
I think if you watched the last show, the May show. You know, like or the beginning of June show, whatever the fuck we call it. The big first show last month.
Right.
May was that long month that went by so fucking slow. Dude, June was the exact fucking opposite. I farted and June was gone.
June whipped by, huh?
June was a long fart. That's about. Oh, where's June? Oh,
man.
It just went. It was fast, dude. Things happen. I don't know. I just was doing my own thing. I got a lot of stuff resolved in terms of finances, so I'm feeling good, man. Life is good.
That's cool, man. Well, I got something to feel good about too, and I was going to talk to you about the wedding. My stepbrother got married.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You remember he got married back in 2010, and that didn't work out, and they got divorced and everything. And now and I'll tell you, man, what's cool is being able to do shit over again, to get a second chance at something. You know what I mean?
Huh.
And it was a good one for him because I think this one's going to last, man. She's really cool. I really like her. But not only that, but it was not just a do-over for him, but a do-over for me. Because remember, in 2010, dude, that's when I broke up with Michelle.
Oh.
And it was fresh, dude. I mean, we broke up in September. His wedding was in October.
Oh,
so
no.
I was all fucked up, man. And there was like couples around me.
Really?
And I'm just like,
you're in the total like maudlin, drink wine and eat chocolate ice cream fucking.
yeah,
right?
I was in a
totally fucking.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact,
Calgon, take me away, crying in the bathtub.
Yeah, well, his cousin,
even
his cousins were fucking with me last time because, like, as soon as the wedding was over, I was like, okay, man, I'm ready to go. And they were like, oh, what? You gonna go home and watch Sesame Street? They were kind of cracking on me and shit. This time, man, I hung out. We had a great time.
So you did go home last time. You said, fuck you guys, and went back and this went to the
right. And this is the new one. Shit, I hung out with them every night. The night of the wedding, shit, we were the last 8 people there, dude. That's
interesting, man. That's a growth thing, man. It shows you, like, it's a contrast to what it is, because it shows you the difference in your mindset from where you were back then.
Totally.
Because remember, it wasn't just Michelle. Regardless of what you think, it was also the 6-year relationship that just ended previously to that.
Well, that's true, and that was still kind of eating at me, I guess, a little bit.
Dude, come on, man. It's 6 fucking years. That's not something every fucking day.
Well,
every day.
But here, see, with that though, it's different because you don't feel the same way for that person.
No, but I'm saying, coming off of that, you came off of that and went right into Michelle and went like you came, and then so that just double whammy fucked you, dude. Is what I think. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man. So it was great to have that, that second chance. It was awesome. We partied every fucking night.
Yeah.
I hung out with him and his cousins and their uncle, or their dad, which is Chris, which is my stepbrother's uncle, who's cool as fuck. We were doing shots and all kinds of wild stuff. But so it was great. And then the wedding night, we went to to my stepbrother and his new wife's house afterwards because they were kicking us out of the wedding. And so we're like, all right, let's go to the house, man. We kicked it there. I was there till like 1 a.m. And then his one cousin was like, I'll get you home, man. And pretty much in that little town, it's called Murphy's, California. And you can walk everywhere pretty much. It's like Eugene, I think. But it was just, man, it was awesome. But I'll tell you, there's a few little irks and observations from this, though.
Okay.
First of all, dude, my dad, and I've noticed this in the last year, has become more like almost like old lady-ish, dude. Like he gives me shit for drinking, like on the trip. He just kept saying, you know, son, really, do you have to drink that much? I mean, that's enough already. You know, I'm like, Dad, I'm fucking 45, not 5. I don't need you to worry about me. I'm good.
Did you say that to him directly?
Yeah, actually, the night of the rehearsal dinner, he was giving me shit about drinking, and I said, Dad, I'm 45, not 5. Okay, so please don't give me shit. You know, something to that effect.
Yeah.
And even my stepmom was commenting on that. She was like, I don't know why he's so worried about you. I don't know what his deal is. And I'm like, I don't fucking know either. But yeah, I've noticed even he's gotten more like almost SMJ-ish too, in a certain way.
Wow.
You know, like there was one time, this was last year, I was over at their house and we're going out to the pool and I was going to put on these flip-flops that I had. And I bend over to put them on. My dad's like, son, watch your head. And I'm like, what? He was afraid I was going to bang my head against the handle, the door handle.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, my God. Or then there was one time I remember he was telling somebody, I forget, it was a Lyft driver or someone. He was like, he's non-sighted or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? So he's it's weird. I don't know if it's coming. I think it's my theory that I stand by a lot, which, is when people get older, they're dealing with their own convalescence.
Yeah.
So now they look at you and go, oh my God, how the fuck do you function?
Well, it actually goes along with the theory as well, because you first had that theory with your mom.
Yeah.
Right. You first had that theory with your mom a couple of years ago, and maybe it just happened with your mom earlier because she got more shit happen to her earlier, because she got hurt in a lot of ways earlier than maybe your dad did. Right. Because, she had more like,
more health stuff happening.
And so she got it earlier because she went, oh no, but now he's getting it too.
Yep. Like he's having, his hearing's not as good, things like that.
Yeah.
So, and I think you commented on this with even with your dad when he was still around. You'd mentioned that he was, kind of like giving you shit for walking to the store and just
he'd try to drive me places everywhere, and then of course he would get the all right, I'll drive you. I'm like, I didn't ask it. Like,
I didn't ask you to drive me.
Because I think people don't understand how easy it is for me to get around across the street. Something actually I've been thinking about a lot about, dude, is it's kind of going off subject here, but we can come back to it a little later.
Oh, yeah.
We'll come back to it later on.
Oh, there's a few little things.
Because this kind of goes with that too, is that when people see you like in a house, it's different when you're outside. Like it's kind of hard to explain because people will see you fiddling around with shit and like, oh my God, like you're gonna, like me looking close to stuff everywhere and me like finding everything and having everything close to me and everything in large print on my monitor or whatever.
Right.
So they go, oh, outside, he must be a complete fucking just lost because it's outside and there's cars and shit. No.
You know what? I totally get what you're saying. Because like when workmen come over here to do stuff, they're totally, there's no SMJ shit at all. But I bet you if I ran into these same people in an outside situation, then my blindness would all of a sudden be the forefront. You know what I'm saying?
And it also goes the other way where, like I said, people will see you like looking at stuff closely in a store, right?
Yeah, right.
And they go, oh God, can I help you, sir? So then when you go outside the store, they're like, oh my God, he's going to get run over by a car. No.
Well, let me give you a ride, man.
Because they think I'm struggling. That's the old thing we talked about for decades. They think I'm struggling when I am not struggling. This is how I see.
It's how you function.
I get around, how I function. I am functioning. I am not struggling. I am functioning.
Well, that was the other thing, because we got an Airbnb. And there were some times where, my dad would go, the couch is right there or something like that. And I'm like, Dad, I got it. I've got to bang into shit to learn my way around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And two, it's kind of like, Dad, you raised me. I mean, you should know what I'm capable of, right?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. The same thing with parents, my parents and stuff too.
Yeah. Well, probably not as well. Yeah. There was something your stepdad did a few weeks ago. I think you were talking about.
Yeah. So. And also just the, just like the putting up the damn, barrier in front of the stairs.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. The barrier for the basement. Yeah.
But I think that was honestly, I think that was for somebody else, but
not for us. It was.
But maybe they think it is. And that's the thing. That's the funny part too, is like, like I said, people don't realize how functioning we are, or at least I am. And I've just gotten to the point where I used to be so worried about how shitty I was in physical world. That's why I won't talk about the personality stuff that much. That's why with Dave, I was so insistent on being an intuitive. You know, I'm not a physical guy. I'm not sensing. I'm not in the real world. But if you really look at myself, dude, the way I get around the world is astonishing for 2400. It's just fucking, people go, what? You have one eye and you have 2400 vision?
I mean,
where's your dog? Where's your cane? And I'm like, I don't.
Dude, but you grew up that way, man.
But that's
you
the
don't
thing.
know any different.
But that's the thing. Most visually impaired people who are in my situation do not all have a cane. They all have dogs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, right.
How many one-eyed people with 2400 visions you know without a cane or a dog?
True. You're right. Even
I don't need one, dude.
Right.
Have you ever seen me even bother needing one in the store or any other place?
No, hell no.
No. You know why? It's because I am fucking amazing with my senses. That's why I don't get upset. I get embarrassed. That's why I never want to be incompetent in public. I never want to look stupid.
Right.
You know.
Well, you don't. I mean, you know, you seem to go. You know, you go right to what you need.
Bathrooms are a fucking pain in the ass, dude. Still, I got to walk the. You know, I have to do the nonchalant walk along the wall. You know.
Oh, right. To find the right bathroom.
See if the fucking so I can see the plate that shows the dress or the dude.
Now, man, you know, you can go in any old bathroom you want to, right?
That's I can go in there and go, I'm sorry.
I identify as a woman, man. I could go in the women's restroom.
I can't see myself in the mirror, so I don't know what sex I am.
Oh, that's a new one, dude.
Oh, fucking
wow, that's a new one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So that's my point. My point is that it's kind of fun. It kind of goes back to what's going on with your dad, because it kind of goes back to what they see in themselves. Like, he's probably losing his vision and going, oh, fuck.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, you know,
probably so. I mean, he still drives and he still gets around fine, but
of course.
But you're right. There's a lot of I just noticed a lot of grandpatic tendencies of his.
That's interesting. So did it happen that, you know, grandpatic, but also SMJ? So the SMJ plus the coddling about the alcohol.
Yeah, well, and I think the coddling about the alcohol it goes hand in hand with the SMJ. Even my brother commented about because I guess he was talking to him about. You know, me dipping and shit and saying, well, I don't know why he uses that tobacco, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, my brother was kind of saying like, dude, yeah, he was bitching to me about it too, you know? So I'm like, oh,
yeah. And the thing about it is, Max, you do drain those beers pretty fucking fast, dude. You can drain. You're like, oh shit, man, zone, dude.
But you know what? I'm still functional, right? I mean, you know, until a certain point, but
yeah, but by that time he's already went to sleep probably.
Well, that's it. I mean, obviously you can see I'm handling myself well. Yeah, it's not like I'm falling out of my chair or shitting myself or doing anything stupid.
Also you might have a shot, but you're going to be drinking the Pabst or some light beer. You're not drinking fucking a cryo stash like 12 you know.
No.
Well, not unless you're out in Oregon.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, this is Northern California, so I was drinking a lot of wine actually, and
shit.
Yeah, there was wine and beer and all kinds of stuff.
Were you white wining or red wining it?
Red wine.
The red wines. I can't handle the whites. Whites make me kind of sick.
You know what? I don't really care. I'll drink it.
Whites give me headaches. Reds don't. So yeah, man.
But,
so anyways, so that's the first thing. So you got that, and I know there's a bunch. There's a bunch here you got. So this is the wedding show. Is what this is, dude.
Oh yeah. There were a few things. Well, the second thing was
it's appropriate for a June show, though. It is a wedding themed show for a June and nothing sacred. So we can
exactly. But now we're in July, but you know, still going back, reflecting on June.
Exactly.
So then the other thing was the wedding was outside and it was hot as fuck, dude. Up there, it's like it gets to about 100, you know, up there, and so they were gonna have the wedding outside. Well, I guess they were also going to have the reception out there, but then when they realized, oh fuck, it's going to be hot, so they got them to move us inside. But we're outside, and then you know they're doing the wedding, and we're sweating our asses off. Well, afterwards they want to do fucking pictures, dude.
the bane of the blink.
Yeah. Yes. And all this moving around, and the chick who was taking the pictures, the photographer, was like, she reminded me of the girl. I don't know if you ever watched Mouser Size back in the day on the Disney Channel.
The Blindo curse. Oh, and you get the Blindo curse with the obnoxious hi.
Oh, yep. That's how she was just like, okay, now I need everybody to move to the left, and you all line up, and you do this, and you do. And so while all this shit's going on, you know, and she's telling us, okay, move here, do this, do it. Some lady, an older lady, passes out or she faints, and then she falls down, and she had heat exhaustion is what she had.
Yeah, she didn't drink enough water.
Exactly. And she's throwing up and all kinds of shit. So, my dad runs over and a few other people run over and they're trying to help her. Meanwhile, photography chick is going, okay, everybody, we need you guys for the photo. And it's like, you dumb bitch. Do you see there's a medical emergency here?
She said, we need you guys for the photo.
Yeah, she actually did say, I need you guys back here.
All right. Drag was the lady who fell over in the photo?
No,
Okay.
she was not. She was just
Like,
a bystander that came to the wedding.
Can you clean the barf off your clothes and get in the photo, please?
No, she was just
Cover
a wedding
her with
goer.
the tarp and come back.
No, it was all family that was in the photos.
I know.
Those kind of people. But,
can you cover the lady, like some ice, like throw a bucket of water on her and get back over here, please? Yay!
So I can take my stupid fucking picture,
And of course, you're sitting there sweating your balls off, standing neck and neck with other people going, ugh.
Yeah, like, let's get the fuck
you're all
inside.
close and you got to be close together and you're all like
rubbing sweat on each other. Yep. Put your arm on the sweaty fucker's neck and, that kind of shit. So, yeah, that was interesting. And then at the when they did the sun.
What happened with the lady though, man? So
the ambulance. They brought an ambulance, man.
Ambulance, dude. And you got the photos done after that, or what?
Yes, actually, you know what? The ambulance showed up after we all got our photos done.
They didn't even wait. They're like, no, fuck that. I gotta go. I got another appointment at 4:45.
Yep, I got another wedding, so hurry up. You're sucking up my time, that kind of shit.
Throw her in the back of the ambulance and get her away.
Yeah, pretty much. So that was kind of interesting. And then
she's like, can you turn that ambulance siren off, please? I am trying to dictate a photo shoot.
Well, the cool thing, like I said, the ambulance I think came afterwards, so they came to pick her up.
I'm just saying, it'd be funny, dude. That's
but
funny.
it would be. You're right. It's like, oh shit, like,
is she dead? No, then get back in the picture, please.
Pretty much. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
So then let's see what else happened. Oh, and then so then it comes time for the what is it? The groom and the mother dance.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah.
And so that was another worry wart thing with my dad. So my stepmom goes up there to dance with my stepbrother, and that's like a customary thing, I guess. And they're dancing. And that was the other. Well, I'll get back to that in a second. But they're up there dancing, doing the thing. Well, then, my stepbrother's son comes up, and he's only 5. And he gets up there and he gets into the act. So he starts spinning her around, and she's got these high heel shoes on that don't have very good support.
Yeah, but she's probably had, because I know she's probably had a few herself.
Oh yeah, she had a few herself. Definitely, she was definitely drinking some wine, and she falls, man. And my dad just goes, "Oh fuck," and he's pissed off. He's like, she's fucking drunk. God damn it. And I'm just like, Dad, just go over there, see what's going on, see what's up. She was fine, of course, but he was even pissed off the next day. He was like, I think she was drunk too. I mean, those goddamn shoes had no support, but then that douchey kid comes running up and
Is that what he said?
He says, yeah, the douchey kid comes up there and
douchey kid.
So
is that the grim son?
Yeah. Which is funny because he refers to my dad as Papa, because like he sees him as his grandfather. You know what I'm saying? The goddamn douchey kid, my goddamn step grandson douchey kid. So that was that.
God, I don't give a shit if she's hurt. He embarrassed me, douchey kid.
Well,
had nothing to do with her. Doesn't give a fuck. Are you hurt? No, then get the fuck up.
Yeah, no.
Get that douchey. Put a leash on that douchey kid.
Well, I got to tell you, man, I do see elements of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look at the pretty colors.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There's elements of myself or elements of my dad in myself, I guess. But like just he's very impatient now, man. And I'm like, oh Jesus, I know how I am. But I mean, he would get ridiculously impatient. I mean, I thought I was going to be an irritable fucker because, flying down there too. That was the other thing. We were on the plane for 3 hours because what happened was, and when we showed up, there was no indicator of any bad weather or anything. Mm-hmm. This is in Vegas when we're leaving Vegas, and we get on the plane. We're all good. And then all of a sudden the pilot gets on the thing and says, oh, guys, we have a little bit of a delay. We're going to have to just wait it out. And so we're thinking, what the fuck's going on? Well, it turns out, I guess there was a storm and there was lightning that struck like 5 miles away. And there's some rule that planes can't fly when lightning strikes 5 miles away. It's something new, I think. But it was crazy. And then I heard some people saying, oh, it's raining out there. And I'm like, oh shit. So that's the reason we couldn't leave the ground. So they stopped all planes. No planes. No planes. Oh, my dad was getting worked. My dad was getting pissed off. You know.
And like, I want them to stop the goddamn lightning.
Turn that lightning off. What the fuck?
I don't give a fuck if the planes crash. You know? What are we gonna lose? A couple of people and a douchey kid? I don't.
so then they shut everything down. No planes could go in or out, you know. And then finally so this was an hour. After an hour, they finally got the go ahead and we could start going. But the problem was we had to wait for 11 more airplanes to get the fuck out of there before we could take off.
Oh no.
So we're sitting there and then we finally take off and then we get there probably
it's an hour flight, right?
Yep. It's an hour flight. So this was 3 hours on the airplane. And so I'm thinking, okay, you know, I thought I would be an irritable fuck because, you know, I mean, I hadn't had a dip in 3 hours. God damn it, you know. But no, my dad was the irritable one. He was like getting mad at my stepmom because she picked us up at the airport. She actually drove down early.
Yeah.
And so she's there. She picks us up. Well, I guess we get on the freeway at one point and she goes the wrong way. She's like, oh, Jesus, I'm going the wrong way. So my dad's going, you know, get it together. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, Jesus.
And my dad's, I mean, my stepmom's
that's not like, impatience, dude. That's a little bit different, bro.
Oh, yeah. No, he's getting grandpatic, dude. He's definitely getting grandpatic.
Yeah.
And he was getting mad at her, you know, and she was very good, though. She was like, oh, stop it. You know,
she probably hears it all. They hear it all the time. That's probably their normal routine. I'm sure
it must be because she was just like, fuck it, you know, like she didn't care. She didn't get upset. You know, There was nothing that rattled her. So that was that. But you know, here's the other thing I was going to go back to. Speaking of my stepmom, you know, remember I told you the first wedding.
Yeah,
I was not in the best mindset and whatever, and I guess I blocked things out, dude. I was so in my own zone back at that wedding that I forgot because they were going to have my stepmom get up and say a few words and she didn't want to. And I said, well, why don't you want to go up there? And she goes, because last time at the last wedding, remember I cried when I got up there? And I was like, you did? So I didn't even remember that, dude. I was so in my own shit that I just blocked everything out, you know?
That's crazy that you were in that state of mind. And it's interesting especially when you're getting older, because I think certain people go down a road where they get more impatient, you know, grandpatic.
Oh, no question.
I feel like, in my opinion, you have actually gotten a lot less impatient.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. Compared to when we were roommates?
So that's why I'm wondering if it's a curve. Like when you're younger, you're like, hopefully you don't curve back. Like that's a trick, like not to curve back into that fucking and to say that kind of shit to people. Because what the fuck are you doing? I'd be like, fuck you, cocksucker. Eat a dick.
Yeah.
No, and then think about the next day. Okay, it's not like he said that in a passionate way that night. Like that goddamn douchey kid. It was the next day.
Right. It was Sunday. We're talking.
He's still pissed off at the fucking 5-year-old.
Yeah.
The next day.
Yeah, he was still pissed off.
Okay, no, I never don't. Yeah, if we go down that route, if you get like that, I'm gonna pull your head right out of your asshole. And you need to do the same to me, man, because that can't happen. And you can be in the heat of the moment, fucking kid, you know.
We're getting mad at shit that like obviously nobody has. It's no one's fault, but
no one cares. No one's gonna worry about it. You're not even caring about. You're worried about your reputation. You're not worried about other people's reputations. You know.
Right. Like
you're not caring about anybody else but yourself is what you're doing.
Right. It was all because of you. It's what you're afraid you're gonna look like. Oh, my wife falls down and fucking, you know.
Yeah, dude. And then the next day you're bitter about a 5-year-old.
Right. Because I remember
a 5-year-old you don't know.
Well, he does know him. He knows him.
I know. That's my point. It's like this little stranger came up and
attacked. Oh, right. If he didn't know the kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I attacked my goddamn wife, little fucker. It's like this. My fucking her grandson came up and danced with her.
Right. Yeah, that's it. He's like he wants to dance with his grandma and have fun, you know, just like everybody else.
Like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, like just being a 5-year-old. That's
funny.
it.
Okay, I don't want to dwell that too, but I just kind of telling, like when you go down that road, man, do you go? How far do you go, dude?
Well, that's it. I mean, do I get more impatient? Do I get less? I don't know. There's certain things now though that used to not piss me off, but that do now piss me off. But then there's other things that you're right. Like I'm a little more rational. I think about it a little.
Where does the line drawn between grumpy old man and raging asshole? This is the point, right?
I don't know, man. Because there were a few times
where do you? Yeah,
where I was just like I was uneasy almost. Like, okay, like the day we're leaving. And my stepmom was just awesome. She had everything packed up and he's getting annoyed. We got to go. We got to get to the airport. Come on. Just getting impatient with her.
Yeah.
And, I'm just like, dude, she's busting her ass here and she's taking care of everything. She knows what the fuck she's doing. Just let her work. Let her do her thing,
Yeah. Yeah. It's spoiled probably because she does it all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, she jumps at all of his beck and calls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. But hey, she's also pretty awesome, and
well, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes her awesome, and she's on it. Just on top of the game. So, and then the last thing about the wedding I wanted to tell you. So there was a chick there. She's like the bride's best friend. So I think she was like the maid of honor or something, and she was real cool. Like her and I were really vibing. And then I found out she had a boyfriend, she told me. She did tell me she had a boyfriend, who I met the night of the wedding. And he was an all right dude. I didn't spend much time with him, but he seemed okay, But anyway, I was still kind of digging her, and like the first day, the first real day we were there, I actually went with her and the bride to go get massages because they were like, oh, we're going to get massages tomorrow. I'm like, oh, shit, massage? Oh, fuck, I'm in, so I wanted to go with them. So at one point she's mixed.
Well, let's start for a second. So did you want to go with just for the massage, or also obviously you wanted to massage her your relationship a little bit, right?
Well, it was kind of a two-way situation.
Yeah, it was because it's best of both worlds. See, it's called efficiency right there.
Right. Well, I mean, I knew she had a boyfriend. But at the same time, I was just like, hey man, I kind of dig hanging around her, like whatever.
Yeah, why not? Why not? And boyfriends, that's a boyfriend.
Well, yeah, and he wasn't even, like I said, he didn't come till the night of the wedding. The 2 nights before that, gotcha. He wasn't at the rehearsal dinner. He wasn't at any of the other shit. He just came to the wedding.
Yeah, so
So I don't know what they may not even be. Yeah, it might just be a convenience situation. Like, oh yeah, well we live together. We're just kind of roommates. I don't know what the hell they're.
Who knows? It doesn't matter. You got to see you got to see the lay of the land before you can make a decision.
Exactly. That's it. That's why I was kind of wanting to see the lay of the land. That was another thing.
Absolutely.
So anyway, she's mixed. She's black and Jewish, and so I was cracking on her. I said, "Oh, you're a blue." And she's like, yeah, I'm a blue. You want to see my Jufro? So she shows me her Jufro, Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's funny. So anyway, I'm thinking she's pretty cool, right? So then the night of the wedding, when we all went back to my stepbrother's house,
mm-hmm.
I'm pretty hammered at this point, and we're talking, and I was talking to her, but I wasn't saying this to her.
Yeah.
And I said something, yeah, nigga, what are you doing? And she stops me and she goes, And I was like, oh, you have a problem with that word? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, okay. And I'm amazed, dude. I'm amazed at my restraint that I didn't fucking go, oh yeah, what are you, fucking snowflake, social justice warrior, blah, 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 blah. Because I could see if I'm drunk doing something like that. But I didn't. But I'll tell you what did happen is my dick went boop, 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 boop,
yep.
boop, like,
No, I can tell you what you can say.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no. You're not going to tell me how to talk. It'd be one thing if I was calling her that, and then she'd say, hey, I don't like being called that. Okay, I'm sorry. But I wasn't, I was talking about somebody. I don't even know what the context of it was now, but
I got a theory on why you didn't do what you might have done a couple years ago. And I'll tell you what it is, dude.
A couple months ago, man.
I don't know, maybe a couple months ago. I think hanging out at the Runner, being buzzed like that, and having to be kind of careful at a bar like that, not knowing who's around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, because you kind of like, and plus when you're that buzzed now, you're more in control because you've been that buzzed around a lot of people in not strange places, but places that aren't your home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I have, there've been a few times I've been at the Runner that I got a little wild, verbally,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess. But you just controlled yourself. I think you knew the place. You knew the context of where you were.
well, and that's true. Yeah, like, oh, it's my stepbrother's house, and she's the best friend of the bride, and I don't want to start any shit. So
Exactly.
maybe maybe that's what it was.
Exactly.
But it totally like crashed the vehicle, dude. I was like, never mind.
Yeah, it was the bad that karaoke moment, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
The
Like,
bad,
do you suck at karaoke? I'm not into you now.
Well, no, it's not that you suck at karaoke. It's that you think you're good. This is an example of what happened with me. I think I told.
Oh yeah, you told the story on the show.
Yeah, and I was like, man, this girl's kind of cool. And then all of a sudden, she's, I'm really, well, all right, bring it. And I was like, oh God,
you suck. You're horrible.
Oh God, okay, but you think you're good. See, that's just a total turnoff. It's the same way, dude. Just like the hypocrisy of this girl who allowed you to say you're a blue.
Right. So I thought she was cool with all that,
Yeah, because you were testing her in a way to see she's cool. And she goes, here, see my true fro. And that's cool. But the other word was not okay.
Right. All of a sudden, that word shut the whole thing down.
And she felt, and the fact she felt that she could tell you what to say, she barely even knows you. And
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That's hypocrisy. And I got a new word, man. And I forgot about. I was going to talk about this. This kind of leads into this.
Okay.
Unless you've got more on that.
No, that's done, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
The new word is called I call them hungry hippos, dude.
Okay.
Because they're hypocrites. Oh. And the more hypocritical they are, the hungrier for it they get. They're just hungry for hypocrisy. It's like, oh man, because the more they don't do, the more they can tell you do.
Oh, I got you.
I do this. I'm not racist. Oh, I'm not racist, but white privilege. Oh, I'm not racist, but blacks can't get IDs because they don't know how to get an ID at the DMV.
I like it though. Hungry hippos, like
hippos, like the fucking game.
I remember. I used to have that as a kid.
Yeah. It's like they gobble up hypocrisy, and they get more and more of it, and so they get more and more hypocritical because no one fucking stops them. No one's stopping them, going, dude, stop it, you fucker. I fucking believe in trans rights, but bisexuals, they're whatever.
Yeah, well, that's that same shit. It's like good for me. What's good for me isn't good for you. Kind of thing.
Like our government officials, they're all hungry hippos, dude. All those government people are all doing shit that they're doing the opposite of what they're saying.
Right.
They're going in the hair salons without masks in fucking July of last year, and yet telling everybody they need to stay out of it. They're eating it, hungry hippo, dude.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Well, that reminds me. So I'm gonna attend. I did it last year. I attended the NFB conference, the national conference, and it was virtual. That's why I did it. I was like, oh, okay, fuck it. And it can relate to my work. So I figured, why not? So I'm going this year, and I'm going through the agenda. And you don't believe how much, like, there was one about black leaders or black, and I'm like, what?
Black blind leaders, black gay blind leaders, black gay
all this leaders, diversity shit, inclusion, and I'm just like, what? And then, or what was the other one that I saw? Oh, something blind Muslims group, or then I was like, what the fuck is this?
Muslims.
Yeah. So I'm going, oh wow, they're really. And then there was another one, Pacific Islander something. I was like, wow, what is all this fucking, what does this have to do with NFB or with blindness, period?
Because they're good. They break them up into different groups. Just because guess who is the most privileged? Blindo.
The white one, right?
You, Maxwell.
Yep.
You
that would be me.
are the most privileged. So when you go there, you're going to have to check your white privilege, even though you're blind.
Yeah, exactly. That cancels everything else out. I'm white, so you need to.
Well, I mean, you're still blind, so you still got that. So you can still be in solidarity with that disability, with that victim mentality.
Sure.
But on the totem pole, you're lower than almost other people.
Oh,
now here's the trick, though. Are you lower than a sighty black person? Or sighty, are you more oppressed than a regular black person since you're white and blind?
You know what though? That's an interesting.
It's a stupid question, dude.
Of course, but it's a dumb question, and there are people that sit and ponder shit like that.
They think that they're in our universities, dude. They're teaching it. They're teaching it.
Of course,
they're our teachers.
That would be a question that would be raised in a college classroom. Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah, just like the gay pride parade that charged white people money in Seattle for reparations.
For what? What the fuck?
They were going to charge white people. I don't know if they still did, but it was a gay pride parade for black and whatever, a brown gay pride. I don't know what the fuck it is.
And they charged white people?
They said $10 to $50 depending.
Depending on your white privilege.
I don't even. It's just such stupidity. But
you talk about that is Hungry Hippo, man.
Hungry Hippo, bro.
Fuck.
Hungry Hippo.
That's funny.
Just like black people. There are a lot of poor people in this country. Or a lot of poor. There are a lot of like the whole putting like poor black people together.
Right. They're different. Poor. Yeah. Well, actually, poor and black are the same according to Biden.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That Hungry Hippo, dude. Just complete. It's called the we talked about it many times before. It's the discrimination of low expectations, or the racism.
Right.
Of low expectations.
That's the term I was looking for. Thank you. I was trying to think of that the other day. It's the low expectation.
It's discrimination or whatever, bias of low expectation. All you're saying is, oh well, you can't get an ID because you're black. Like,
you're black. What? Black people can't get ID.
You can have a cell phone in your pocket that you sign into all your Spotify apps, but you can't get a goddamn driver's license. You can't get an ID yet. You can't. Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
Totally
unbelievable. Just disgusting, fucking looking down and patronizing, condescending bullshit.
Of course.
Yeah.
Damn. By the way, man, instead of doing this show today, I could have been getting some stink box, man. Leopard texted me earlier this afternoon, and she says, "Hey, what are you doing today?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going to do the podcast with Cruise Control, and then after that, I'm going to probably go hang out with Robert. We're going to the bar, And so then she texts back and she says something like, "I got all these girls coming over, and you're not going to be here." Almost like that's supposed to get me to go, really? Oh, pussy. I'm now supposed to react, because I'm ruled by my dick, that's what, but it's just funny that was her thing. Like, well, I got all these girls coming over and you're not coming. And I said, well, I'll be there tomorrow. And she was like, yeah, but tomorrow's family day. Today's hoe day or something like that. I think
hoe day.
That's what she said. Yep.
Is that supposed to, oh, wow. You're supposed to be like, yeah, that's really hoe day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like a bunch of dudes coming by? Are you going to be like, are they going to profile and then how much, this is their price range?
Yeah. Like, see how much you cost. What the fuck?
That's really weird, honestly.
It is weird. I don't know if she's trying to, she's been doing this shit.
Trying to hook you up?
Well, not just me, but other people too. Cause she texted me. Matter of fact, when I was on vacation, she was like, I want to hook Dave is this other guy who goes into the bar. You may have met him. I don't remember. But anyway, she was like, yeah, I'm trying to hook Dave up with my friend because she likes black guys. And I'm like, okay. Of course, Dave was going out of town. Oh, she was bitching about that too. Oh, well, Dave went out of town and, he was acting all important and I was like, well, maybe he just doesn't fucking have any interest in the bitch.
Well, maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's just, maybe you're trying too hard to hook up your single fucking desperate older friends or whatever.
That's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. You nailed it, dude.
Hell, man. Come on. Who is this, bro? It's the CC, man.
Yeah. Admiral Analyzer, man.
That sees through all that bullshit.
That's exactly what she's doing. Trying to hook up her older.
Probably early 40s, late 30s, like no kids or what?
No, man. Try 50s.
Oh shit! Half kids done with that? Yeah, got you.
Yep. She's trying to hook. She's done that before, where she had her one friend over, and then she texted me, "What do you think of my friend Darcy?" I'm like, "Yeah, really." And man, I'm just so fed up with all that shit. Like I said, I don't care about it anymore, dude.
Nah, dude. It's just you've been there, done that. You know what you want. You know what you're looking for. When you find it, or when it finds you, you'll be ready for it.
Right. Exactly. Well, it's like when Koala said, because she was going to come. Join us at the thing, but then the logistics were ridiculous. I mean, there's no way she would have been able to get up there. But she said, she goes, if you want to take somebody else, I'd understand. And I'm like, no, if you're not going to go, I don't want to go with anyone else. I was asking you because I want to go with you. I don't need a date. It's not because I need a date. No. It's because I want to be with you.
Yeah.
So
it's like that's simple and really simple shit, man. And you're gonna go hang out with your homies at the bar and chill out.
Yeah. Well, actually, and see, there's another reason. He was telling me a story because this is crazy. We were supposed to go hang out last night, him and I. And he texted me yesterday morning. He said, "Hey, man, heads up, I got a date tonight, so I'll catch you later or whatever." And so I text him back. I'm like, "Oh, dude, cool, have fun." And that's when I asked him if he could take me to go get my new phone today. And he said, "Yeah, no problem, we can do that." So anyway, I was under the impression he had a date. Well, as I'm waiting outside for my Lyft last night, he comes pulling up and he was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey, man, what's up? I thought you had a date." And he's like, "Dude, she stood me up." And so apparently he went to the bar and she was texting him saying, okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to freshen up. I'll be there in a bit. And he was even going to order her a drink. And she said, no, wait till I get there, and then nothing. And then so he's calling and texting and she's not responding. And I'm going, as he's telling me the story, I'm going, God damn, dude, no wonder I'm not interested in this shit anymore.
Dude, it's the PAG, man. It's the PAG theory.
Pussy is golden.
Ain't golden.
Oh, pussy is always golden, right?
Yeah, pussy ain't golden. Pussy ain't,
exactly. Pussy ain't. But they
PAG, but they got the pig. They think pussy is golden.
Oh, right. They got the pig. We got the PAG. I got you.
Yeah. Pig PAG. Fuck that shit, man. So I'm just gonna stand you up and not waste your time. So that next time, because some guys will be like, oh, now the chase is on.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking idiot. I love the chase, bro. I love the chase. Yeah, dude.
Right.
I like Chevy Chase in the 80s too, but he got shitty after his late night show. Whatever, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
fuck you. I like Chase Bank sucks. Eat the dick. Whatever. I hate Chase. Suck my balls.
Exactly. If I got to chase you, it's not worth it.
Yeah, man.
Plus, my RPMs aren't cranked up like they used to. So
Fuck that shit. It's called your mind is cranked up. Your eyes are open.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, fuck this shit. It's a run around race, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a race I don't plan to run.
It's a woman holding steaks in one hand and shrimp in the other, running away from you, who's begging for food.
Yeah.
She's like, and she's eating off the plate, going, taking different food. You're going, baby, I want. She's like, you.
Yeah. Don't you wish you could have this? Keep running a little faster now.
Yeah. Throw a fucking a shrimp tail at you, and hope you're happy.
Yeah. Like, here you go. I'm like, fuck that. I'll just go to McDonald's and fuck you.
Damn right, man.
I don't need it that bad. God damn it.
Damn right, man.
So anyway, that's my shit, man. I'm sorry I've been talking my ass off this whole time, dude.
No, that's my shit too, man. I knew you'd have a lot of stuff. That's my main thing was the hypocrisy and just following your stuff, because I think everything I wanted to kind of say kind of went along with what you were talking about. So it works out really well. And my month went by really fast. It was just a good month. I just keep working out. So life is good. I'm in the best shape I've been in a long time. Feeling good. Life is good. Possibilities are flowing, guys.
Good shit.
I'll keep you'll know informed. Oh, and keep an eye out, guys. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. Next Monday, we're gonna next Monday the 12th will be the next shrink
wrap. Yes,
with Louie, and I think we're gonna go over. I think social media was the subject.
Yes. Mental illness with social media.
Yeah. And if you want to, anybody out there, you can go onto Facebook and look up Louie. I don't know what his stuff is again, but he has a Mental Health Monday thing.
Yeah, his Mental Health Mondays. Yep.
Yeah, and if you find it, then you can watch it first, and you can be primed on because there's a lot of information he talks about in the previous episode about it too. So.
Oh yeah, no, he's got a lot of good stuff. It's you can friend him on Facebook to watch his Mental Health Mondays, and like I said, he jumps on and does the shrink wrap with us on the 12th, so that's going to be good.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Once again, this has been the Nothing Sacred Show for July 5th, 2021. I am Cruise Control.
I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there, niggas.
Niggas, thank you.
Eat a dick.
We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. With Maxwell Silverhammer. We are nothing sacred. With Cruise Control.